We are so close to getting the El Camino frame done here, and maybe we can have it done here today. We'll see how much we can accomplish. Obviously, we have everything for the rear suspension done. We just have to bolt it together. That's gonna go by really quick. And then we can put it down on the ground on the wheels in the rear, and then we can put it up on jack stands in the front again, which we're basically done with the front. We just have to put on the brakes, tighten up the torsion bar, and the roll bar, and we have to do some clearing in the oil pan for the tie rolls. We'll see, but we might be done with the frame here today, and that would be really great. But we have some other things to do here, and the main thing is I have to inspect my trailer, which we're gonna do in like 5 hours, so that's gonna rob us of some time. But just to be prepared, I'm gonna go ahead, take out the trailer, connect it to my truck, go through all the lights and everything one more time, just to make sure everything works, so that we hopefully will pass inspection. We don't have to drive another time to do a re-inspection. And yeah, just mainly because I want my trailer to be usable and inspected, but also just to get it one thing out of my head that I'm thinking about all the time. So that's gonna be great. So I'm gonna go ahead, connect that, and then we can work on the El Camino. So I started getting my trailer here, and I have a tendency to use my table, now I even call it a table, my trailer as a table when it's sitting. As you can see, I have the bumper and the hitch for the El Camino sitting on it. So I've been cleaning that off, but then I was going to move Ram truck because it's a lot easier to reach the trailer when Ram truck is not in the way, and it didn't start because the battery is all drained out. So obviously there is a drain in it, and it's a car from the 60s. It doesn't really have that much electronic devices that could pull power. So I'm not really sure what it is, but good to know that it isn't my battery at least. So that's something we have to keep in mind and fix later on. But now I know the problem. Now I can remove one of the battery poles so it doesn't drain when it's sitting. So I'm gonna let this charge for a while, and we can go work on El Camino for a little while before we fix everything with the trailer. I went ahead here and clean up the garage. I really hate these small metal shavings or flakes, dust that comes everywhere when you're grinding. So we'll clean up a decent bit here. So while the Ram truck is charging, I'm just gonna take and put the whole rear suspension together, and then hopefully Ram truck will start. Here we have the rear suspension all together again, and obviously putting on everything went really smoothly, but I had some trouble getting the air system to be leak free. And now at the moment we're standing on airbag pressure, so it isn't loaded here on the jack, it's just sitting on the airbags. So that's just good, but I have a real trouble getting them to be sealed down in the airbag connector, and I cut and I tried to make it straight as cut as possible. Unfortunately, this became a little too short, but we might we're gonna redo it some way, because we're going to maybe get a problem here down the road that some of you have been pointing out. But the thing I had to do was I had to, how am I gonna make it like a cone, face off the end of the hose to make it so that it would push easier into the connector, because with that I managed to get it further into the connector to the seating area, and then it became all sealed up. Is it 100% sealed at the moment? I don't know. That's something we will find out later on. But as I said, we might redo or rethink this system, because one issue that we're gonna maybe run into in some capacity, we're gonna try it like this, but we might redo it, is that when you're turning and you're turning to the left, it leans to the right, this bag becomes basically a pump, because it's squishing together and all that air is rushing over to that bag, and you get a chain reaction, getting it folds over more and more to the side. And we could get a roll bar here for the rear, obviously, but that maybe is the wrong way of doing this. What should be done is that we should separate both the sides, so that we have one line for the left wheel and one for the right wheel. So however we do this, but eventually we'll get an air compressor that will be in the bed or in the cab. Then that will go to 2 valves with the T-fitting, so that from that point on, they are not connected. So the air can't go back through that valve and then back into the other airbag. So we'll see how big of a problem this is. And I mean, the only thing we have to do is buy more parts to solve that problem. We still have to buy an air gauge, or maybe two, depending on how we do this. And we have to buy some switches and stuff like that. But I really want this to be as simple as possible. I would like to have a switch for up and just a switch for down. I'd like to avoid having two gauges, two switches, and yeah, I want it to be as simple as possible. But we'll see what we will end up with to have it the best drivable, or not having to lean in the corners and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the results, and this is all done. So we're gonna continue here, but first off, I wanna get the trailer ready to be inspected so that I can just jump in the truck and drive. So I'm gonna fix that, then we can keep on working with the El Camino. And see if Ram truck starts. Oh, this has been charging. Yeah, it does. And this thing always starts so easy. It starts easier than anything else I have. It's just too bad that the engine sounds pretty bad, but yeah, we'll figure that out someday down the road. We're also gonna figure out this draw that we have with the battery. But yeah, I'm just gonna move this over so you can get the trailer connected and take a final look at it. Got the trailer hooked up. I have greased all the fittings that I can find. I have lubricated what I can find, and I have checked the lights 3 times now. I have gone through the brakes, and I bought this trailer brand new. This is the first inspection I'm gonna do on it. I bought this like 4 years ago, I can't really remember. I shouldn't have these issues that I have with this so new trailer with brake shoes separating and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess that's life with stuff nowadays. But it should pass, so I really hope it does. But yeah, not really much more we can do. Our appointment is in 2 hours. There's about a 45-minute drive there, unfortunately. So yeah, we have about an hour to work here until we have to go. So yeah, see if we can do any more improvements on the El Camino before we leave. So what are the next things we're gonna do on the El Camino? I would really just like to put on the rear wheels, get it on the ground just for the feeling of being done. But there's still the issue of the brake drums, and I wanted to clean them and paint them now, but there's a lot worse weather here today than the forecast said, and it's raining a bit, and I really don't want to work outside cleaning them right now. So even though I want to get it down on the ground and feel 100% done, we can push it to next week. There's not a problem with that. So yeah, we're not gonna finish off the last things on the rear axle for now. Instead, we're gonna put the front up on jack stands, and I wanna continue with this. We have some small things we have to do. We have to fix the front brakes. We have to put on the tie rods. We have to check for clearance with the oil pan. So I've already poked a hole with the grease fitting, so we have to fix that. And some stuff to the sway bar, and yeah, some general stuff. So we'll look into that. So I was thinking we're gonna start here with the steering, and we ran into a problem directly. And to describe this problem, I bought these two in one order, and I bought this one later on because I realized that my sleeves were really rusty and I wanted it to look nice and pretty. So when I ordered these, I ordered them for a 1971 El Camino with all the other stuff that I bought. And then I realized that these were bad, and for some reason I checked in a 1970 El Camino. And obviously I didn't think there were going to be a difference, but obviously that was a crossover year, change year, when they went from 5/8 to 11/16. So these don't fit in the new nice sleeves I have bought, unfortunately. So yeah, that sucks. And I mean, it doesn't suck more than I can buy another set of these. These are going to probably used on my 69 Chevelle instead. So no worries there, it's just that we can't continue right now. So I'm gonna see how much these are in Sweden so that we can have them on Monday so we can continue. Otherwise we have to order them from Rock Auto, which will take a week. And obviously I would like to have this done by next week. So yeah, we have to figure it out somehow. But I think I've already thrown away the old ones and I don't want to use them because they were really ugly. So yeah, we have to solve this somehow, but yeah, you live and you learn. I've solved our problem, at least for next week. I have ordered the sleeves here in Sweden. I will have them on Monday for 16 bucks each, which I thought was fair enough. So that's good. I also went ahead and ordered a gas tank cap for the ramp truck, because when I filled up the tank at the gas station and I turn right, it spills out through the filler neck because I have some weird gas cap there. So yeah, we have one of those coming on Monday also. So, but this has taken way too long time with ordering the parts and figuring out what's wrong. So I have to go now and inspect my trailer. So I'll be back to you when I'm done with that and see if we have time to do anything else here today. We're on our way home here from the inspection, and the trailer passed without any points or things like that. So that's really great. So I'm not sure if you're watching this from America. I know that in different states you don't even have to inspect your stuff, and I don't really know exactly how everything that works, but here we have to inspect everything, and there's a bunch of different time periods that you have to inspect. My trailer is now inspected for 2 years. I don't have to get it inspected until 2027, so that's amazing. But the anxiety of having to inspect stuff, I don't know why it is so bad. But even though I have this trailer, it's only a few years old, it doesn't have much to inspect, but yeah, it's so stressful to do it. I don't know why, but it's just this. But now we don't have to worry about that, and the best thing is not that I can use my trailer again. The best thing is that I can just take this out of my head and get it out and focus on everything else. So that I'm really happy for, but also that I can use the trailer again. So anyway, I'm gonna head home here and see if we can do any more improvements on the El Camino before the day is over. We're home here again, and I unhooked the trailer, and it feels just so nice to know that this thing is inspected and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's super nice. And speaking of nice, there was pretty nice weather when I came home here, and I was thinking maybe I should do some pressure washing. We really need to clean the engine on the ramp truck so we can see where all the oil is coming from. I want to clean the Roadmaster, but also I want to do a complete video of tidying up or making the Roadmaster look nice. So I feel I want to hold on to that until we do a full video of that, hopefully next week. But feel that I'm pushing all the weeks forward here with all the projects, but we'll get to Roadmaster eventually. But since it's not raining and I really want to fix these drums, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix them. I'm gonna take the air chisel and get all of these rust flakes off on the inside and here on the outside. Then we can paint these so that next week we can just slam these on, put on the wheels, and then we can have the wheels on until we want to go with some other wheels. So yeah, fix those, then we can see if we can do some improvements on the front suspension. And with some elbow grease, we have made a drum that looked like this, something like this. And also we had all of this rust here on the inside, which on this one we have managed to remove. So mostly I've been going on with this to remove all of the rougher stuff, and then I've gone with the wire wheel to clean it up. So I mean, of course I could buy new drums. It would be really nice to have new drums. Maybe I don't think we're gonna get any better stopping power because it's just cast iron stuff. It will break just as good as a new drum, but obviously we would save a lot of time in fixing these and so on. But buying drums, they're not that expensive. They're like 35 bucks on Rocado. But before I have 4 drums at my door here in Sweden, it's going to cost me 360 bucks, which I think is a little bit steep for this project. And if I wanted to buy them over the counter here in Sweden, they would cost me 600 bucks for 4 drums. So that's really steep. So as I believe that we will have exactly the same stopping power. It's just that we have to put some time into them to make them look nice. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is this front drum. It has a groove in it, so obviously our pad or brake shoe will eventually get this in it also, but as I said, I really don't think it's gonna do anything to our stopping power, so I really don't see the point in spending 360 or 600 bucks for a set of new drums. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep on cleaning these, and eventually we will have a set of 4 nice drums. And after a lot longer than I would like to admit, we have the front drums, no, I mean the rear drums painted and looking really nice. So on Monday we can put those back on. And unfortunately this takes so long time, so I haven't even been able to fix the front drums, but we'll get to that. I mean, I'm tempted just to buy the drums, but I also feel like it feels pretty good to save 360 bucks, and also we don't have to wait a week for the drums. So yeah, I don't know which is the right way to go, but I like saving money. It really keeps the channel afloat with not having to spend more money than I have to. So yeah, I was really hoping that we would have the El Camino frame done by this week, but also we don't have a stress for anything. So I mean, we can keep on working next week, but I really feel that we're gonna get this done by next week, and then I want to take a little bit of a break and we can work on the Roadmaster. I want to get that inspected and start using it. And we also really need to change out the rear axle on my truck because it's not feeling that good. So yeah, we really need to look into that. But then also we have to figure out what is the next step when this frame is done for the El Camino body, because I'm thinking back and forth. Should I just do the bare minimum with the body mounts and stuff like that to get the body back on the frame? But I'm not sure where the point is of should we just do the whole underside of the body when it's off the frame, because it's gonna be a lot easier, but also it would be really nice to get the body onto the frame and having it drivable again. So we had to figure that out, but we are going to take a little bit of a break and doing some other stuff in between. But I'm really excited for having this thing done and eventually getting the body on it. But yeah, that will unfortunately be all we have time for here today, but I'm happy with what we have achieved anyway. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I will be back to you on Monday.